What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the recording. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Very, very interesting developments happening at Netflix as they've quietly, completely scuttled a lot of their more woke, on the nose content. And nobody on the left has really noticed, but their customers have. And it's had a positive effect on their brand in terms of people renewing their Netflix subscriptions. And even over the last week, there was some interesting new cartoon that was kind of a clip of it got out to the public, and Netflix quietly got rid of that one too. It looks like the get woke, go broke stuff is actually working. And, the same holds true for many of the programs we see on Disney Plus. Their latest Peter Pan abomination, people need to start canceling. That's just, you don't need Disney Plus, you don't need Netflix. And if people start working together to cancel these things, we can have a very, very real effect because ultimately they answer to the shareholders. And this story is actually much deeper. And we're going to dive into all that after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other streaming service, you're already getting locked out of a ton of additional content that you could be enjoying if you used a VPN. And since they've been sponsoring the channel so long, they've rolled out a massive discount for my viewers. That's right, 84% off plus 4 months free. It's $2.03 a month, 4 months free, 84% off. Private Internet Access also offers privacy on all your devices, lightning fast global server network. And look, outside of all the additional content you're going to be able to view out there using Private Internet Access, it also has a strict no logs policy. It's open source. It has state-of-the-art updates. It's instant to set up. You can put it on all of your devices, your tablet, your computer, your mobile phones. It has unlimited bandwidth and so much more. If you don't have a VPN yet, make today the day. Use my link in the description to get Private Internet Access, start being more secure, and unlock loads more content. By the way, Private Internet Access now has unlimited devices, so you can put it on unlimited devices. I put it on my cell phones, tablets, PCs, laptops, everything. So there's a massive discount in the pinned comment down below, so go ahead and get that if you haven't got it yet. How Netflix's woke reversal saved it from going broke. Streaming giant stopped the rot by dumping right on shows about male pregnancy and backing Dave Chappelle's confrontational comedy. Netflix appears to steadily be climbing on a financial ruin after canceling woke programming and deciding to back controversial figures like Dave Chappelle. The streaming service took a hit in the first half of 2022, losing about 1.17 million subscribers, as such rivals as Paramount Plus and Disney Plus raked them in. Well, you know why places like Paramount Plus, even Peacock are nice, is because they are places where old versions, you can watch reruns of shows. Like I'm rewatching King of Queens right now. Still totally holds up. Doesn't have any garbage, woke political messaging in it. And when I just want to watch something while we eat dinner, it serves the purpose. And that's, I think, a lot of people are doing. Going back and rewatching The Office, going back and rewatching Seinfeld, Breaking Bad, all these type of things. The huge decline was seen by some as direct consequence for the company's late response to demands from its viewers to tone down their woke agenda. But Netflix started bouncing back after the cancellation of some of its progressive programming flops, including Meghan Markle's Pearl, Dr. Ibram X. Kendi's anti-racist baby, and He's Expecting, which depicts a man becoming pregnant. Netflix added 7.6 million subscribers in the fourth quarter of 2022, which was higher than forecasted, and it is now about 230.7 million paid subscribers strong. The share prices went from $230 in October of 2022 to $300 per share this month. And this is exactly why. People don't want that crap. It gets politicized, and it's very easy. What a lot of these companies haven't realized It's really easy to not have Netflix. It's really easy to not have Hulu or Peacock or Disney Plus or any of these things. In fact, most of the programming I watch, I don't know if you're like this, is on YouTube. There's a lot of like really highly produced shows on YouTube, like Best Ever Food Show, all these kind of things, where you can find them and they have like freaking years worth of back catalogs. So I just want to put something on that I know doesn't, isn't gonna be bending the knee to certain advertisers. I watch it on YouTube. Over the past year, Netflix traded woke content for true crime docuseries like Dahmer, the Murdaugh stuff, along with anti-woke comedians Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. Just recently, Netflix canceled the animated kids series Ridley Jones after releasing its fifth and final season last week. It comes as two-time Kids Screen Award winner and Emmy nominee series received harsh criticism online amid episode 8 of season 5, Herd Day, which centers around a bison called Fred, which comes out as non-binary to their grandmother. Again, this is a kids show. Here's the clip that was making the rounds. And again, like, this is the kind of stuff that's essentially, there's no excuse, right? There's just no excuse for it because it's right on the nose. There's no, oh, well, this is just a natural progression of the show. This is straight propaganda purposely put into a show that is for kids.
That's because I'm non-binary, and Fred's the name that fits me best.
That's because I'm non-binary. This is a concept that they're worried about introducing to kids. And like, there are a lot of people who say, oh, whatever, it's not a big deal. And they'll stay and use Netflix. And that's fine. But to me, it's far more sinister because it is an obvious injection of political ideology. Many would say potentially, it's like they're grooming them with this kind of rhetoric and knowledge that really parents don't agree to. There's a certain contract when you put on a cartoon that there is no. Remember all the controversy in was it in the 90s, late 90s, where Disney was getting accused of putting all these little weird things into their Disney movies, saying that, if you look at it this way, the priest has the priest is very excited, or it says the word this in the leaves. All these like urban legends. I don't know if they're true or not, but that was like far more hidden. This stuff is right out in front of parents, and they don't agree to this. Kind of pushing this. I would assume in cartoons.
And I also use they and them, because calling me a she or a he doesn't feel right to me. Oh, I didn't know that. No wonder you've been struck.
I mean, like, obviously it goes on from there, but it's like, what? You can't tell me that some like brightly colored haired overweight woman in that writing room or some underweight male wasn't like, hey, here's an opportunity for us to inject something that in a show about being a bison is completely unrelated, obviously, but let's get our message in there. The message. Pearl, which focused on a 12-year-old Pearl exploring achieving women throughout history, was only So yeah, Pearl was dropped during the development page, which was Meghan Markle's. The service was also called more woke content, such as He's Expecting, which depicts a man becoming pregnant. Viewers have blasted the company, saying they have no interest in patronizing virtue signaling lectures. Netflix's adaptation of Resident Evil, for instance, was received with criticism by viewers who slammed the streaming giant for making the main characters woke and vindictive towards men, Cosmic Book News reported. Well, yeah. In May of 2022, Netflix executives warned that they will not censor specific artists or voices, even if employees themselves consider their content harmful, which is, of course, essentially they're talking about the internal strike that there was, or all the uppity employees that were mad about the Dave Chappelle special. Young activists have targeted the likes of comedian Dave Chappelle for jokes about transgender people and aimed to get him canceled. He said in the stand-up special that gender is a fact and criticized what he said was the thin skin of their community. The jokes were based on observations made by Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who in 2019 said trans women were not actually women and a threat to her identity. But the Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos rowed behind Chappelle and continued to publish a show, triggering a mass exodus of woke workers. Well, I don't think they care. I genuinely don't think Netflix cares. I'm sure that they were way overstaffed. You know what I mean? Like, significantly overstaffed. And the fact that they're doing this quietly, you see, like, Netflix cancels Myers rom-com over budget issues. This one, Netflix quietly canceled kids show featuring non-binary animal character coming out, creator says. So they can't, obviously, it doesn't surprise me that Netflix, the show's creator, Chris Nee, claimed in a series of tweets that Netflix canceled us after putting out the 5th and final season with no promotion. It doesn't surprise me that Netflix has quietly dumped the first preschool show that has a non-binary character coming out, Nee said in a tweet. Ridley Jones' 5-episode Happy Herd Day Fred tells their grandma, played by Cyndi Lauper, that they've changed their name and pronouns. So, yeah, of course they blocked me. So, it sounds like you made a decision. And by the way, you could put out this show on YouTube and people could watch it, right? You could still put it, the idea that people need Netflix or anything like that anymore is absurd, to put their content out. So, you see, representation is important, but when a traditional segment of society is at odds with an emerging segment, wouldn't it be more productive to have a dedicated network to the nascent one, an LGBTQ plus network that people can choose instead of being shocked with content they don't want? That seems reasonable to me. So, yeah, I think you're going to see more of this over 2023, 2024, almost assuredly, simply because we're going to have money problems. Things are going to get tight in this country, and people are going to make tough decisions. And like I said, a lot of people are going to look and they're going to say, I haven't opened Netflix in like 6 months, and they're going to cancel it. Or same with Disney Plus and all this stuff. So they better up quality to what people actually want to pay for. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.